Wait, where am I? Um, I swear I'm there. I went poof. I don't know why, but I went poof. But hi! How is everyone today? I'm the ghost in this stream. Somehow, because everything was fine before. I don't know what's happening. But yeah, how is everyone today? So, we are going to continue playing Cinderella and Evermore. Oh, I'm back. Hi. So, we are going to keep playing Cinderella Evermore. And I went away. And we are doing Chevalier's route, getting the good ending first. So let's just go. Oh, I'm back. I'm not. I'm blinking. Help. Wait, even everything is weird. What was that transition? Okay. I'm sorry, Choco. Oh my god, why is everything so weird? Hello? Am I back? I'm back. Oh, good. Oh, wait, I forgot Mary's tiara. I need to put Mary's tiara. This is Mary's tiara. Oh my god, I'm with the cups. Let's just go. Oh. We were in a choice. Don't know what is going on. Let's just thank him because I don't know what's going on. I don't remember. Chevalier, you're quite welcome. Oh, Chevalier. Please someone help me, I don't know how to play anymore. Oh my god. You're quite welcome, Diviana. You don't need to thank me, though. Of course I do. If you're going to spoil me and go to such lengths to have other people spoil me as well, the least I can do is to thank you. I sigh as I take a bite of the cookie. As strange as the situation is, I am still grateful. Your smile is more than enough gratitude for me, princess. You always say that, because it's true. I pop the rest of the biscuit, sip, into my mouth before reaching for another and holding it to Chevalier. I hope you do not plan on making me eat all this by myself. Of course not. He takes the biscuit with a bright smile. Always goes out of his way to do such nice things for me. I should do something else for him as well. My mind wanders back to the stall full of scarves the stall full of scarves we visited not too long ago. Chevalier mentioning the new scarf. He no longer wears the scarf Bria made him, but because Chevalier is Chevalier, he puts other people first and never thinks about what he needs. Princess? Oh, go away. Suddenly, his face is mere inches away from me. I startle and fall back into my chair. Why must you always get so close? It's a lot easier to read your mind when I can look directly into your beautiful golden eyes. I can't speak today, I need people, I need help. This is one time where I really don't want him to read my mind. His perspective to a fault. How can I surprise him if he sees it coming? And here I was under the impression that this was a meeting for three. I turn in my seat and I am surprised to see Sina standing beside our table. He surveys a spectacle. A spectacle. Spectacle. Skeptic. You know. Cinnamon, what a pleasure it is to see you again, tiny lord. Call me that and I will burn your biscuits. Chevalier, who only flashes me a knowing smile. Is this what he was referring to when he said he had something else planned? I turn back to Sina. You will not set anything on fire. Please sit, Sina. I cannot lose this opportunity to speak with him. Sina pulls up a chair. So, since old man is the one that called me here, I'm going to assume you want to talk about the Tenebram and the Lucis. He asked Chevalier, remember what you promised me for this? Cinnamon roll? Yes, I'll buy you one. This feels too predictable, but at the same time, so wrong. Oh my god. Sina flushes a deep red. It takes a great effort to stifle my laughter. Sina, the most precious cinnamon. You don't want to finish that sentence. Despite his protests, Sina does not budge. So, he has a weakness for cinnamon? I should not be surprised. I glance again at Chevalier. So this was not just a date. He set up this time for Sina and I to meet. Leave it up to Chevalier to find a way to make this work. I cleared my throat. To answer your early question, yes, that is correct. You have heard what I told Laura. I have, and I want to discuss a balance between the Lucis and the Cinderella. As I said before, that's not necessary. I don't intend to change the way I'm handling the Lucis. It's acting like a petulant child. What do you mean by handling the Lucis? Sina raises an eyebrow. I don't need to explain it to you. All you need to know is that I don't intend to succumb to the Chrysalum the same way my cousin did. Like Lady Parfait? Like Parfait? We speak at the same time. What are you two parrots? Please explain, Sina. There's nothing to explain, I just told you. I plan on doing things differently from my cousin. Hi Shoko, how was your stream? Yeah, I heard a little bit before I left because OBS was just like, no, I don't want to work. I want to make a sound, but I can't make the sound. But yeah, my OBS was like screaming, "Help! Help me!" So I had to close your stream. There's nothing to explain. I just told you. I plan on doing things differently for my cousin. I'll not make the same mistakes she did. Oh well, so let me go back to the talkie talk. Here he falters, and for a few moments his bravado fades, and he looks uncertain. He looks young, like his age. Sina? I lean forward. I know what it's like to have to take over someone else's job without being prepared for it. I understand wanting to do things differently. I'm doing things differently than my mother, after all. But I also know that I need to explain those differences to others, because my decisions impact all of Angel. That is why I want to speak to you. That is why I want you to speak to me. Your plans impact both of us. Sina refuses to meet my eyes. Cinnamon? Eventually, he grumbles and looks up. That's Sina. And fine, I'll talk. But you have to promise not to interrupt. I glance at Chevalier, who nods at me encouragingly. If there's one thing he's taught me the importance of, it's listening. I promise. Sina is quiet for a few more moments. Then he begins to tell us a story. Oh! The Pacifists, Chapter 3. Let me save them. Let me put that as the wrong choice. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there were two crystals. One, oh, this is like just the background is just the beginning, and this part is also the beginning of the last game. One was a crystal Lucis, protected by the ruler of the fairies. Other was a crystal Tenebrarum, which was watched over by the high leader of the witches. For a time, the fairies and witches lived in harmony with the humans of the kingdom. Oh my god, this is so adorable. You are like a little party to me. He's so adorable. He stops suddenly, shakes flushed. You're laughing at me. What? I'm not. Sina just glares at me. Maybe we could skip this part? We've heard it before. I like this part! Let the intro stay! Sina sighs. Laura tells this story all the time, and no one laughs at her. Laura does tell this story a lot, doesn't she? Chevalier looks like he's trying not to laugh. Then, by all means, feel free to tell the story however you like, Sina. I'm already intrigued. Don't patronize me. Sina starts again at the beginning, describing the time. describing a time when the fairies and the witches got along. Then, inevitably, Anne destroyed the balance with his fairy tales. Normally, this would be the part where the storyteller explained that the Tenebran Bear, my mother, went mad after the witch genocide. But Sina surprised me by going off on a different tangent. When Ants realized what he'd started, he I don't know. Besieged the Tenebrarum and Lucy's bearer to meet with him. The Tenebrarum wanted nothing to do with Ants. Her heart was already overfilled with hatred for the humans. Lucy's bearer attempted to meet with Hans on her own, but a bard was killed by a witch before their meeting. I stare. How did I not know this? With Ernst gone, the conflict spiraled out of control. The Lucy's bearer, fate, he stopped suddenly, his case forlorn fate? Parfait? Fate, huh? What a lovely name, it suits her. Tina clears its true. Rather than put an end to the Tenebran Bearer's atrocities, Fate clung to her hope and optimism. She did not try to stop the tragedy until much later. You know how the Tenebran works, Princess Iviana. So you must know why Fate was the way she was. The Tenebran gathers unstored negative emotions. It then sends me those emotions to the fetus. This keeps the balance in check. It goes to reason that the Lucy's would gather positive emotions. It used to irritate me that Parfait was always so positive. I thought it was a part of her personality, but... You are saying that Parfait was the way she was, because she absorbed positive emotions from the Lucy's? Yes and no. Fate was an optimist at heart. The Lucy's just magnified those feelings. It blotted out other necessary emotions like anxiety, caution, all of the things contained with the Tenebrarum. My cousin lost herself to hope and refused to see reality. It wasn't until the Tenebrarum bearer killed the king and started wreaking havoc that Fate finally took a stand. Even then, she only took action when another witch came to her with a plan to defeat Ildur. That would be Waltz. He's told me the story of his apprenticeship before. Yeah, but he didn't told you that he was your childhood friend. Seems like it. Sina pops a lily-shaped biscuit into his mouth and looks at us both expectantly. So, do you see? You said before you didn't want to make the same mistake as Lady Parfait, which means you've closed yourself off to the Lucy's because you don't want it to impact your judgment. You make it sound like I'm not doing my job. Oh, I never say that, but it is possible that closing yourself off from the Chrysalim has been doubling the intensity of the emotions in the Tenebrarum. I put my fingers to the temples of my head and grimace. I do not know how the Lucy's works exactly, but I know that the balance between the two crystals impacts this kingdom and the magic in it. If the balance is not maintained, magic will eventually go away. I doubt it. You'd be able to see the ramifications if it was directly impacting the Tenebrarum. With all due respect, Cinnamon, I think we already see those ramifications manifesting in the princess. She's a bear after all. He looks at me, uncertain. Or am I misunderstanding? I'm not sure. I don't know what happened when the two are out of balance, but I cannot help but recall Parfait's fragile state. She suffered from an illness Chevalier could not cure. Parfait was frequently in pain. She said it was because of what happened to her during the war. But do you think the imbalance between the crystal may have impacted her as well? Chevalier stared at me, wide-eyed. So it was not just the weight of the Lucis but that burdened her, but the weight of the Tenebrarum as well? It's possible. Sina raises an eyebrow. He still looks unconvinced. Sina, as the bearer of the Tenebrarum, I'm prone to nightmares. Sometimes the negativity causes my magic to flutter, or makes me impatient with people. I accepted this inconvenience that came with being the Tenebrarum bearer. Accepting the emotions that came with the Lucis are part of your responsibility. It's not the same thing, princess. He's a little brother. He's a little brother. I want to fight back. I want to fight back. I'm fighting back. I fail to see how it is not. The longer this conversation carries on, the harder it is to remain calm. The festering negativity of the Tenebrarum hardly makes it easier. With all due respect, Princess Viviana, if you had any respect, you would stop talking and start listening. Oh. Shit. Both Sina and Chevalier stop and stare at me. What? I'm sure Chevalier was thinking the same thing. You adults are all the same. You refuse to consider my new perspectives. I'm trying to understand you, Cinnamon. That's Sina. Let's try assessing this from a different angle, shall we? Sina turns away with a scowl. I force myself to take a deep breath. The last thing I want is to make Chevalier worry when he already has other problems to deal with. I came at my argument with a different angle. Rather than insisting, I ask Sina to rethink his methods. Chevalier is quick to back me up, but he doesn't so in a way that makes it seem as if he's seeing both sides of the argument. By the time we are done talking, Sina looks defeated. Fine. I'll do what you ask, Princess, but only on the condition that you let me do it my way. Tiny Lord, you are much too cynical for your age. If you keep this up, you'll have permanent wrinkles on your face before the year is up. You should smile more often. And you need to learn how to face reality, old man. Chevalier just laughs. Life is all about balance, as they say. And I already have a very dedicated princess here to help me master it. He smiles at me fondly. Years ago. Oh, so he isn't 24 anymore. He's an old man. Years ago, when I first met Chevalier, he taught me the value of trust. I, in turn, lectured him. I like to think we have both been good teachers to each other, even if Chevalier does still give a lot more than he receives. I need to stretch. Sina sighs. I'm not in the mood for your philosophy, Zing. Thank you very much. But I suppose you are in the mood for cinnamon roll?
He's so adorable.
Oh, is Lucy's very embarrassed? One more word and I'll shatter your glasses. Chevalier is completely unscathed by the threat. He's smirking when he orders a cinnamon roll for Sina. Relief washes over me as the date carries on. For the first time in a long while, things seem to be looking up. The days pass in quick succession over the next week. Remarkably, I am able to fall asleep and stay asleep. I do not know what or if Sina has done anything to the Lucys, but I am relieved for the change regardless. It has been 4 days now since our talk at the cafe, and I have some time on my hands after a meeting with Father and the counselors. Chevalier, who already knows about this, will be by in a few hours. Last I heard from him, he was busy setting up his new clinic space in the palace. His absence worked to my advantage. I have some time on my hands to do something nice for him without him knowing. In the end, I decided to go with my first idea, the scarf. Chevalier has been in need of a scarf for a while. He is not the same without one. But the question remains, what kind of scarf do I get? So, from what we learned from Rod, and, well, let's be honest, the reality is it's more meaningful if you make one yourself and give like homemade gifts have a totally different and bigger value than a bought gift. So for that reason, I know for 100% sure that buying a scarf is the wrong one. Doesn't matter who it is, doesn't matter the person's personality. Homemade gift made out of love and from your abilities is way more value than anything you can buy. He was clearly interested. He was clearly interested in a few of the scarves we saw in the town square. I am not professional seamstress. It is definitely better to just buy him a scarf. With that thought, I head to the town square. I'm surprised to see a familiar face when I arrive to the stall. Why is she so mad? Why is she mad? I wasn't expecting to see her mad. Emily and her brows are scrunched together. 2 guards stand near me, watching the area. They relax as I approach. Emily? Emily startles so badly she nearly drops the scarf in her hand. Oh, it's just you, Diviana. It's nice to see you too. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to imply I wasn't happy to see you. Actually, I'm quite relieved. Maybe you can help me pick out a scarf. She must read the question from my expression because the smile on her face turns sheepish. I'm looking for a scarf for Rod. For Rod? It's a peace offering. Did something happen between the two of you? Oh, it's just the letters. Rod found out today that I was sending them to Prince Lance. He was offended I was keeping it a secret, but... Have you seen Rod's face when I talk about Lance? He gets angry enough to boil water. That is what Rod always looks like. Viviana, if Rod knew you'd say that... He would be angry enough to boil water? Emmeline laughs. Wait. He's only like that because he's protective. I know, but I really hate it when he is angry with me. Sorry, I see a server notification. I don't like notifications. So I'm going to buy him an apology scarf. Will you help me pick one out? Of course, but first, I mean to buy one for Chevalier. Emmeline smiled brightly. I heard about those biscuits at the cafe the other day. Is this to thank him for that? No, I'm just doing this because I want to do something nice for him. Oh, then how about I help you choose something for Chev and you help me select something for Rod? The two of us began sifting through the scarves. Eventually, we narrowed our selection down to the 3 scarves. I contemplate for a long time before finally picking a scarf I think feels right for Chevalier. I could have sworn I saw him eyeing this one before. It is simple, but still lightly patterned, and I know Chev likes patterns. Oh, I'm sure he'd love that one, Diviana. It seems his style. Good, then I'll buy it. After purchasing the scarf, I assist Emmeline with her own purchase. Before long, we find a scarf that seems like it would suit Rod. After Emmeline purchases and packages it, she turns toward me with a bright smile. I'm sure Chevalier will love the scarf, Diviana. And I'm sure Rod will accept your peace offering. Emmeline sighs. I hope so. Good luck. To you as well. We part ways after that. I leave Emmeline to her errands and return to the palace on my own. I place the package in the dresser by my bed as soon as I return. The last thing I want is for Chev to see it before I found the right time to give it to him. I have only just put the scarf away when I know a knock sounds on the door. Come in. I am sitting on the bed when Chevalier strolls inside. Well, and here I thought you'd be running yourself dry. It's good to see you relaxing. Do you mind if I join in? Oh, no, of course not. I slide over to make room for Chevalier. He plops down on the bed with the sides. It occurs to me that today was his first official day as a palace physician. How was your work? Good, I suppose. You suppose? Chevalier shakes his head. There wasn't much to do besides organize my inventory and order medication. Most of the nobles and servants who came by were healthy. And how were they? Chevalier's expression is carefully neutral. As I said, they were all healthy. But how were they when you spoke to them? I cannot help but recall the way the two ladies in the town looked at him. Many people, nobles included, aren't afraid to show their dislike of him. But because Chevalier is Chevalier and dislikes speaking ill of anyone, he probably does not want to admit it. I really do wish he would talk to me. We should give him space, so... Chev, how can I help you if you don't tell me the truth? Diviana... He sighs. Most of them were friendly. And the ones who weren't? Princess, you have that scary look on your face? Say the words and I will hunt them down. the very least, they should know that respecting Chevalier is tantamount to respecting me. Princess, you really don't need to worry so much. These battles are mine to fight. Except you don't fight at all, Chef. You just smile and nod. I prefer pacifism. In the end, this conversation has gotten us nowhere. What do you propose I do about my more troublesome patients? I'm surprised by the quiet determination in his eyes. I don't want you to do needless worry about me. Oh, shh. Needless worry about me. I know you have a lot on your plate. And I do not say anything. Chevalier sighs and pulls off his glasses. He regards me silently, with his violet eyes gaze somber. I notice he only takes off his glasses when it is just the two of us. He is much easier to read when he is not wearing them. Well, what have you done in the past with troubling patients? For once, Chevalier looks at a loss for words. I'll clear my throat. Chef, do you ever think about what it is good for you? I know the answer to that question too, but I enjoy to bewilderment on his face when I say it aloud. That's a silly question, Diviana. Of course I do. I aim spectacly. I think maybe you should spoil yourself more often. Chevalier looks of shock. Perhaps it emboldens me more than it should. Before he can object, I grab his glasses off the bed and settle them on the bridge of my nose. Sorry, let me try that again. I tilt the glasses in the hope that I can make them glint the same way Chevalier does. I think maybe you should spoil yourself more often, Chef. Chevalier's shock disappears, replaced by bemusedly. Oh? I don't think so at all. After all, I think I'm already the luckiest man in the world to be spoiled by you. Being spoiled by others and spoiling yourself are two different things. Oh my princess, your words take on an even more sophisticated air with the glasses, although... He laughs. I'm sorry, even though I'm sure you wear my glasses better than I do. I can't appreciate your beauty because I can't see you. Just how bad is your eyesight? You are literally with these glasses on. You are literally with these glasses on. Do you really want to do that question? It's like if I would put Choco's glasses. That's how bad I would be seeing. I would see nothing with Choco glasses. And Choco glasses will see nothing, and Choco will see nothing with my eyes because my glasses because we see different things. We have different eyes. You are wearing his glasses. How can you see anything? And how are you asking? How bad is your eyesight when you are clearly with your eyes open? Tell me, girl, because I don't understand. Okay, back to the game. Miserable. I'm sitting right next to you. Not close enough, I'm afraid. I sighed out, but in the end, shifts closer so that I can lean my head on his shoulder. Chevalier does not miss opportunity to plant a kiss on my forehead. He smiles. I was right. Your eyes are scintillating behind those glasses. Are they sparkling? What? Are the glasses sparkling? Sparkling? Well, I somehow managed to make your glasses shine. I'm sorry, that is my secret technique, princess. I thought you would say that. Thank you for trying to cheer me up, Diviana. and for reminding me about something so important. I think the glasses do make you more convincing, by the way. I have no doubt they are the reason you are so silver-tongued. Bill looks horrified as I hand his glasses back. You make them sound like magic. It is not strange to think someone might have charmed them. You don't think I was just born charming? I wonder. Chevalier looks sure of himself when he puts the glasses back on. You promise that if someone bothers you, you'll come to me? I never keep secrets from you, Diviana. I never have, and I never will. Unless they're meant to be surprises. Then that is a different thing entirely. Anyway, other than a few disagreeable patients, everything has been splendid. I'm enjoying the work so far. So long as I can help someone, I'm satisfied. It may not be the kind of work he's used to, but I hope Chevalier's patients will treat him well. The more I think about it, the more I question the reason Chevalier moved his practice here to the palace in the first place. He said that he did it because the king personally offered him a job and he couldn't refuse, but... Chef, you didn't just move to the palace because of my father's proposition, did you? Oh no, I wanted the change of location. I get to be closer to you this way, but Bella put a finger to my lips. No buts, lovely princess. I moved my practice here because I wanted to. You know how long I thought about it? From what I remember, it was not very long ago at all. The Chevalier does not lie to me, so I will believe him. The tide of our conversation changes after that. Chevalier asks me about my day, and I'm forced to make a lie on the spot to avoid telling him the truth. We talk for a while after that until I'm forced again to attend to my responsibilities. After I have finished all my daily obligations, I head to the forest for my last meeting. Laura is waiting for me in the clearing with the usual smirk on her face. I can sense the build-up of her spell moments before she casts it. Moments before her spell slams into me, I erect a small shield to block her magic. I sigh as her magic shatters my shield. It is nice to see you too, Laura. Alice greets me like this. She says it keeps me on my toes. Nice weather we're having tonight, isn't it? She looks at me curious. Where's Casanova? He didn't follow you out tonight? He tried, but I didn't let him get very far. In fact, I froze his feet to the ground. I froze his feet to the ground to make sure it stayed in the palace. It was obvious he needed the rest. Flora just snorts. You two are perfect for each other. You are both stubborn as rocks. I dismiss the words with a wave of my hand and prepare myself for Laura's next spell. Our training session begins as it always does. It's just spell. I'll get that later. Our training session begins, as it always does, with Laura throwing spells at me and giving me only moments to counteract. We review shields, then basic offensive magic, and then charms. We are nearly onto object summoning when it occurs to me to ask about Sina. When we first arrived in NGL, we watched these practices from the sidelines. But tonight, he's nowhere to be seen. How is Sina? Are you actually worried for him, or are you just wary because it's been so difficult lately? Both? Worry no more, Sina's turned over a new leaf. She pauses, then gives a nearly imperceptible shrug. Well, half a leaf at least. Half? He's a skeptic at art, so it will take a bit for him to open up completely. But what he said must have left an impression on him. I guess in the end, it makes sense you could help him best. The two of you are very similar after all. Yep, you are. She flashes a feline smile at me. I roll my eyes. I will not give in to her teasing. I know it can be difficult sometimes, but Sinner really is a good kid. I hope your talk with him could show you that. He said that he did not want to repeat Parfait's mistake. I'm glad his reasons were not selfish. He may act like a spectacled old man, but he's a kid at heart. He's definitely easier to deal with than a certain ice princess was. She raises an eyebrow at me. Is it really necessary to keep bringing up the past? You speak as if you've had lots of experience with children, but you only compare Tin and me. Oh, you didn't do that. Oh, you didn't do that. Oh, you didn't do that. Oh, The smirk falls from Dolores' face abruptly. I just realized that I never told you about her, huh? Her? Flora crosses her arms against the cold. I am taken aback by how small she suddenly looks beneath the shadow of the canopies. Aurea, my little girl. You have a daughter? Had. I lost her during the war. Whatever words I had been about to say lodged in my throat. When I look at Laura again, she's frowning up at the staring sky. At times like this, when it is impossible to change what's happened in the past, there's only one thing I can say. Sorry. Laura shakes her head. It wasn't your fault. You don't need to apologize. For a long time, the two of us stand there, looking at the stars, and then, accidentally, I break the silence. What was she like? Laura smiles wistfully. She was a lot like you and Sina. She was free-spirited to a fault, and always spoke her mind, and even though she never admitted to being a soft heart, she'd always jump to the defense of others. I used to tease her all the time, and she'd get embarrassed and snap at me. She was my greatest treasure. My mind reels, supplying images of humans attacking Laura's daughter. How could I have hurt a child? Laura seems to read the question from my expression. She was killed during the war by Hildur. It is as if the hair is torn from my lungs. I suddenly feel cold, empty. I was unsympathetic to Hildur. She believed that the only way to show me how much she was suffering as a Tenebrae Baron was to make me suffer. So she took away the person I loved the most. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to say your story, Diviana. For a long time, I've been wondering if I should even tell you this story. I never wanted you to blame yourself. But now you know, after everything you've gone through, that you are not like Hildur. When Hildur killed my daughter, I thought I'd never get another chance to have someone like her in my life. But then you came along. Her smile mellows. I think if Lorelai had grown up, she'd have been a lot like you, Viviana. And now I have the honor of watching over a taciturn fairy too. Lucky me, being able to watch over both the Tenebra and the Lucy's better. Oh my god, I'm crying. She steps close enough to see a hand of my to set an hand on my shoulder. I know you said that I'm that in your nightmares. Your mother told you you weren't good enough. But I know that's not true. I get to witness your magical strength every time we practice. And I know firsthand how dedicated you are. I cannot help but smile, even though my heart is heavy with so many revelations. Laura's words make the burden easier to bear. I have Chevalier and everyone at the mansion to thank for that. And Laura grinned at me. Well, of course, but you remember what Parfait used to say? Goodness is innate in everyone. She taps my chest. So really, you had it in you all along. She draws her hand away with a grin. So, do you feel better now? I should be asking you that. Laura shakes her head. What's in the past is in the past. Honoring Laura's memory is all I can do for her now. Honoring her memory. I hope Sin and I are able to do that for Parfait's mother. Rebecca's way. No more getting sidetracked. Show me what you've got, princess. The lesson continues into the night. It's obvious, however, that Laura and I have our minds in different things. I have no doubt she's thinking about Laura and me. I need to do my best for my own mother, and to keep those I love from suffering, and that includes Chevalier. The jack of all trades. Do I have 1 hour? Should I? Okay, one more chapter and then I'll sleep. Thank God that. Wait, let me save it. Thank God that council meeting is over. I'm relieved to be back in my quiet room after listening to the counselors again argue about taxes for hours. Finally, I can hear myself think. I collapse onto my bed with an undignified groan. Another long day. Since Chev was not yet out of work, I decided to drop in my room after the meeting to see if I could get some rest. My mind wanders into silence, my thoughts turning towards Chevalier. A week has passed since he started seeing patients. I can tell he's stressed. One night, when he again fell asleep on my desk, I heard him mumbling in his sleep. I could tell he was having an old nightmare, one in which he killed a witch with a serpent's smile and loses one of his dearest friends. I know it's the same dream because he always whispers the same words. I'm sorry I couldn't save you, Lady Parfait. Is that Viviana? You may come in. Oh, it's Fritz! I forgot he was alive in this one. Richard Island Leverton slips into my room with a pleasant smile affixed to his face. Fritz! 2 years ago, I thought he'd disappeared forever, destroyed by a villainous witch. So 2 years ago, which means we were 20, we were 18, now we are 20, and Chevalier was 24 and now he's 26. But it turns out he managed to escape the kingdom during that turbulent time. His memories are fragmented, but he's been able to piece together that Mithras cursed him, and that the man named Varg was actually Fritz's cursed form. Father was wary and removed Fritz from his posts as my personal guard, but I at least was able to save his job as a knight. Good morning, princess. He bows. Good morning, Fritz. I came by to let you know that the border scouts saw a Burgundian carriage approaching this morning. Prince Claude and Prince Lance were in it. They'll arrive at the palace this afternoon. Oh, he's so cute. I want to hug him. His Majesty tells me their visit is quite spontaneous. How very like Claude to show up unexpectedly and dramatically. Ever since Angela and Burgundia formed a more delicate alliance, Claude and his brother have been visiting more often, and usually without prior notice. I've just received the news, so I'm on my way to help organize security. I appreciate your notifying me beforehand. Thank you, Fritz. Fritz ducks into a bow, then pauses. Oh, one more thing. I met Princess Emily in the hallway. She asked me to tell you to meet her in the dining hall. What for? Fritz shakes his head. I don't know. All I know is she and the Queen are waiting for you. Philly as well? It's rare for her to call on me. I'll go meet with them. Thank you, Fritz. Fritz has just turned toward the door when it occurs to me to ask a question. One I've been meaning to ask for a long time. Fritz, have you been enjoying your job? It's my fault Fritz was demoted, and yet I feel responsible that I could not save him from Mithras all those years ago. Fritz glances over his shoulder with a gentle smile. You don't have to worry, princess. Even if I can't personally serve you anymore, I get to keep protecting people, and protecting is what I do best. Despite his smile, there is a melancholy in Fritz's eyes that makes my heart ache. I hope he does not blame himself for what happened years ago. Take care, princess. I sit in silence after he leaves, my mind foggy with memories of the past. I think about Chevalier and his nightmares, about the blood he must remember on his hands. I think about Fritz and the terrible witch who cursed him. And I think about Mother, whom I was meant to revive. We feed off negativity and chaos. Love serves us no power. We'll see that in time. Mother, I wish we could have been eye to eye. I wish I could have saved you from yourself before you were lost to me forever. I rise to my feet. I wonder what Emiliano and Philly want. I enter the dining hall. Servants are setting the table for tea when I enter. I am taken aback when I see a plate of familiar lily-shaped biscuits on the surface. Oh, Diviana! Good afternoon, Diviana. Emmeline told me there was a new dessert in town named after you. I had a servant pick a patch on an errand run. Have you tried them? They're delicious. If Chev were here, he'd be wiggling his eyebrows at me. Yes, Chevalier has already forced them on me. Ophelia laughs. You make it sound like a form of torture. Well, he didn't do all of it without me knowing. Ophelia and Elaine share a look, then burst into laughter. Once the sound would have infuriated me. Now I recognize the banter for what it is, an attempt to get closer to me. I used to shun Shred's attempts. Now I am grateful to them. Ophelia has always been very supportive of my relationship with Chevalier. Perhaps it is because the two was once a commoner. So, what did you call me here for? Is this about the Burgundian princess? I raised an eyebrow to Emmeline. Did you know they were visiting? Emmeline laughs. I've known for a long time. I sent Princess an invitation to the Spring Festival weeks ago. The Angel Spring Festival is an annual event. Last year, Chevalier showed me the decorated stalls and carts, but I was too busy, I barely had the chance to appreciate it. I had completely forgotten it was coming up. I smiled at Emily. How bold of you to invite a prince to a festival. I just thought Lance might like to see some of our celebrations firsthand. He's always telling me about Burgundian festivities. So this whole visit was actually orchestrated by you? Does Rod know? I'm sure he realizes it at this point. And even if he's a little irritated, I did him a peace offering the other day. That should help tide him over. Considering the effort we went through to get him that scarf, I would hope so. I don't think Rob could ever remain angry at you for long, Emmeline. I hope not. The worry of Emmeline's face is thankfully quick to fade. Anyway, you didn't come here to listen to me bubble. Oh, then why I'm here for? Ophelia gestures to a chair at the table. I sit myself beside Emmeline. Are you been quite busy with meetings lately? We rarely see you. You're always in meetings or training with magic. Those are my responsibilities as a crown princess and as a Tenebra, yes. But while those duties are important, you also have a duty to take care of yourself. You need to relax. Chevalier says the same thing. You took me to a cafe, does not that count as a break? Oh, I thought you were forced into that. It was not the most unpleasant thing. I'm glad to hear it. Oh, I hope you'll be glad to hear that Chevalier and I have come up with a way for you to do your duty as a crown princess while also taking a break. I have a bad feeling about this. Emmeline claps her hands together. You and I are going to be in charge of the town festivities this year. What? Emmeline grasps my hands. Diviana, this is going to be great. I've already ordered some decorations from Viorica's, and Denise is going to help us brainstorm ideas. But oh, we should ask Sir Waltz if we'd perform a special magic show. But you should perform, Diviana. Emmeline, dear, it looks like Diviana wants to say something. Yes. I don't know how to plan a festival, and your magic looks beautiful. I look up at the words, surprised. Chevalier said you'd be good at this, and he knows you best, doesn't he? Be that as it may, we don't want to force you into anything, Diviana. As always, Chevalier goes out his way to lift my spirits when it is the one that needs to take a break. Maybe I'll do it, but only Chevalier is given time off. Do you think he'll take it? Even if it's offered? If I needed to, I'll call this a date and force him to come with me. Both Ophelia and Emmeline stare at me. What? Nothing, it's just good to see you two looking out for each other. Emmeline smiles brightly. You're done with your meeting, right? In that case, would you like to accompany me to the merchant? I'd like to talk to Sir Waltz about the magic show. What if the Burgundian princes arrive when you're out? Don't you want to be here to greet Lance? Mm, oh, you are right. Emmeline looks so downtrodden. I can't help but feel guilty for bringing it up. I can still go to the tavern. I do not mind requesting his assistance on your behalf. Are you sure? It is no problem. You invited Lance. You should be here when he arrives. In that case, I'm going to start preparing for this festival. Thank you, Diana. Emmeline walks away with a little bounce in her step, leaving Ophelia and I alone. To be young and in love. Foreseeing an uncomfortable turn in the conversation, I begin to excuse myself when Ophelia speaks. Diana, may I ask you a question? Yes? Chevalier, how is it taking to the palace life? I know how difficult it is to incorporate yourself into a social sphere you weren't born into. Is there anything I can do to help? Ah. So, if we ask Ophelia about her past, we'll grow closer to her. But also we can take something from that and apply. If we ask her for advice, she will also give us something that we can apply. However, the second one is more direct, and this doesn't give us that much information. And the bottom one has been the incorrect one lately. So I'll go for that one. It is, as always, insists that things are going well, but his patients are being condescending. How did you know? Because it seems a person's worth is often determined by their ancestry in this world. It doesn't make any sense. No, it doesn't, does it? Once I shunned at Ophelia and their children for not being a royal blood. The realization makes my stomach knot. Ophelia, I'm sorry about before. I don't need to apologize, Vienna. I came into your life after a great loss. It's only natural you were so worried of me. Besides, that's all in the past. What matters now is Chevalier, right? He is always lets people walk over him, and he does not let me stand up for him. Because you can't fight his battles for him. If you did, the nobility would never accept him. They'd think he was just using you as a shield. Then what must I do? Support him, and let him find his own way. Sometimes the best way to guide someone is to listen to them. Chevalier says the same thing, that listening is key. Chevalier knew that he was getting himself into when he moved here, did he? Love gives us the courage to fight intimidating battles. You know that just as well as I, don't you? You know this would be a difficult relationship, yet you still pursued it. I have never cared about others' opinions of me, but have faith, Diana. Chevalier is a daughter. It's no strange pressure. Phil is right. Well, oh my god, what's happening? Chevalier has never doubted my ability to do anything. I need to trust him. Thank you for listening to me, Ophelia. Of course, you and Chevalier are always welcome to ask me for advice. Though I'd also love for us to talk about more pleasant things over tea someday. She gestures through the biscuits. And perhaps we can share the princely platter. I clear my throat. I'm going to go to the Martian now. I worthily curtsy and exit the dining hall to Ophelia's soft laughter. At the insistence of the guards, I take a carriage into town. Though it is so awkward, I try my best to smile and wave at people. As I pass through— oh my god, what's happening to me? As I pass through, I do not get the same reception as Emily and Rod, but I do not mind. It takes time to rebuild trust, and I am happy with how far I've progressed. I'm in good spirits when we reach the Martian. I expect the tavern to be busy at this time of day, but I am ill prepared for how packed it is when I enter. What in the world is happening? Look, it's the princess! The woman pushed through the crowd to speak to me. Have you come to watch a performance? Performance? Magic show. Is Waltz performing? Oh no, the Lucy's bearer is. I nearly choke on my own breath. What? You must know him, Princess Diana. What's he like? He sounds so mysterious and handsome. He's a kid. Girls, he's a kid! They'll be very disappointed when they found out Sin is just a grumpy child. After setting the woman's curiosity with a vague but apparently irritating description, I push my way through to the crowd toward the bar, where I have spotted Laura. Princess Diana, how nice of you to join us. What is going on? Well... Magic, what is he doing here? I stumbled back. Where did you... I thought you were in the palace. How are you here? Chevalier wiggles his fingers and speaks in a whisper. Magic. You wish you could do magic, Casanova. Laura sighs. You just dropped by after doing a medicine supply run at Anisa's. Lady Laura, must you dab on the intrigue with the truth? I figured that, for once, the princess would want a straight answer. Anyway, you got here just in time. For what? I turn at the sound of applause to see Walt standing in the center of the room. Good day, everyone. My name is Walt, and I'm here to introduce you to another performer who's here to spread some happiness and magic. Everyone, please welcome to the Lucy's bearer, Cinna. When Cinna slides out of the crowd, there are gasps and murmurs. Hello, citizens of Angel. My name is Cinna. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Cinna claps his hands. His fingers begin to glow, and then it's different. Miniature magic-induced fireworks pop above his head, creating a halo of colors. And a pleasure to entertain you today. The audience applauds, but I'm too shocked to join them. He's so cheerful. Laura smirks. Cinna's grump at heart, but I think he's taken your advice and let himself open up to the Lucys. Cinna waves his fingers through the air, creating flowers that rain down from the ceiling. While the audience cheers, I reach up to brush the petals off my head. I stop when Chevalier gently sets his fingers on my wrist. You look beautiful, Viviana. There's a soft wonder in his eyes that brings a smile to my face. What, with petals on my head? You wear them like a crown. The compliment is so sincere, it makes my heart flutter. I love Chevalier's dramatics, but more than that, I love when he speaks to me like it is. I like when the only people in the only people in the room. Oh, you have a crown of flowers on your head too. Are you also royalty? Glenn smiles wavers slightly. I let my fingers through his. Be honest with me, Chef. Is everything okay? I think I have an idea of how to make things better. An idea? Yes, Princess Diana. I startle when Sina calls my name. The crowd parts so that I can see him. I knew you'd be here. Care to show the audience what a Tenebran Baron can do? Or are you afraid I'll upstage you? Oh, you did not do that. I whistle at the taunt. Everyone in the tavern is looking at me expectantly. Ho, that sounds like a challenge. Slide my fingers out of Chevalier's and turn to Sina. I cannot perform you any day. Talk is cheap. Show us what you can do. So it just uses flower, right? Everyone was like, "Ah!" But we were called the Ice Princess. But when I imagine using ice, I remember it. Everyone seems like flowers. Flower seems too obvious to me to be the right choice. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because like flowers are nice and they were like, oh, flowers. And ice is more like cold, dark magic. Oh. I'm putting ice. Ice is one of my strongest elements, and I might have a way to improve on Sina's spell. I step forward and concentrate on the falling petals. Petals shine in mid-air, reforming into bright, crystalline snowflakes. There are gasps and sounds of glee from the audience, and then everyone is clapping and cheering. Spectacular performance from the most talented and beautiful witch in Angel. Chevalier winks. Do you want to build a snowman, Diana? Wanna build a snowman with a bike and on the road? For some company, I'm open. There's no statue to the pictures on the wall. Hang in there, Jones. There's definitely not enough snow here to do that. Mina looks up at us, eyebrows forward. I cannot tell if he is annoyed or impressed. Cloud holds out a hand. Snowflakes settle on his palm. Ah, I would know this magic anywhere. I'm thinking of it for a certain lovely ice princess. His eyes fall on me, but I am too shocked by his sudden appearance to respond. I thought the festival was still a week off. Have I missed some of the celebrations? Wait, why are they here? Poor Emmeline! Emmeline is waiting for you in the palace! Another man steps out from behind Claude, his younger brother Lance. Oh, he's still with the Kira Kira. Hello, people of Angel. He smiles, a dazzling smile that makes him sparkle. Sorry to interrupt. The apologies is followed by the audience screams as they search for the door, yelling Glance's name. Oh, poor Emmeline. Claude slides disgruntledly out of the crowd surrounding his brother and made his way over to us. It seems like you weren't the only one who was upstaged, Sina. I was not upstaged! Oh, the two of them. The two speak at the same time. Sina turns away, cheeks flushed, while Claude runs a hand through his hair and sighs. It is a curse to have such a magnanimous brother. Yeah, but at least you have us as friends. Claude shrugs discontentedly at that. What are you doing here? My family is expecting you at the palace. I figure I may as well drop by and offer my greetings to the Martian crowd. Poor Emily, she's waiting. She could have come here. She is waiting. He glanced at Sina. Hello, kid. Call me that again, and I'll pour you in flowers. Sina grumbles something beneath his breath before stomping away. Quickly as always. He's just grumpy because you interrupted his magic show. Claude turns to Laura. Ah, little Laura, how lovely it is to see you again. It's only been a couple of months. You haven't been gone long enough for me to miss you. But you would have missed me if I'd been way longer? Laura snorts, doubtful. How rude! I am overall offended by this reception. He shots a disappointed look at his brother, who is smiling awkwardly at adoring fans. Chevalier grins. Weren't you avoiding besotted girls years ago? I'd have thought you wouldn't envy your brother in his position. Are you two so close you are finishing each other's thoughts now? He sighs. How is it that a man with a name that sounds like a fancy cake has found love before I have? Perhaps it's because it's sincere. Princess, you won me. Well, it's good to see this place so lively again. Hello, Walt. How are you doing? Hello again, Prince. Greetings, Mr. Magician. I'm surprised that it wasn't you performing today. Sina wanted to give it a try, which, speaking of, all turns to me. Thank you for playing along, Princess. It was my pleasure. Once you've all finished exchanging pleasantries, I turned the conversation to Emmeline's proposal, suggesting to Waltz that he and Sina, if he's up to it, perform during the festival. Unsurprisingly, Waltz agrees. I'm only missing one, okay. It's always my pleasure to perform in the crown, Princess. Sina would never admit it too, but I'm sure he'd love the opportunity to show off too. Or raise an eyebrow. What about you, Princess? What about me? If Sina's on stage, maybe you should perform with him. The Lucy's and the Tenebrae performing on the same stage would be a momentous moment in our history, don't you think? Casanova has a point. It's been a long time since the populace have seen witches and fairies get along so publicly. They make a good point. Not too long ago, witches and fairies were believed to be enemies. Perhaps a joint performance will improve the town folks' perception of witches. If it helps relations, I don't suppose I can hurt. By the time we have finished discussing our plans for the week, Lance is finally able to join us. He looks worn out, but still wears a pleasant smile on his face. Princess Viviana, Sir Chevalier. It is, as always, an absolute honor to be in your company again. Why are you so polite? Parma just came to us like, yo, what's up, bro? And you're like, thank you for greeting me with your pleasant presence today. You know you don't need to use my title, Lance. Sorry, Abbott. Claude sighs dramatically. Are we quite done here? Our guards are waiting outside and are probably growing impatient. You're the one who wanted to take this detour. Because I have manners, and like a certain lovesick fool who has only been talking about one person this entire trip. That is uncalled for. Oh, you're cute, you're in love with Emmeline. This stumbling brings me back to the present. Emmeline stayed at the palace to greet Lance. It would be rude to keep her and everyone else waiting. After promising to discuss our plans further, Chevalier and I excused ourselves to escort the princess back to the palace. By the time we return, the table has been set for dinner. Philly and father are both pleasant and conversational, but Emmeline and Rod is like a storm cloud and keeps casting sharp looks at Lance, who is beginning to look distinctly uncomfortable. Rod only looks away when Claude directly addresses him. Have you given any thought to that exchange program I mentioned before, Prince Rod? Hi Giga, how are you? I'm doing okay, just doing some reading and then probably finish. Just trying to finish the chapter. If you invite to stay in Burgantia and learn traditional dances. Indeed, we would love to host you. Claude glances at his brother. And if you'll have him, my brother would like to extend his stay in Angel. He's interested in learning more about the foreign policies here. I wonder what is making him interested. Thank you for the luck as always. I've always had a special interest in the subject. Special after a certain someone. I forget sometimes that because Claude is the heir, his brother has more freedom than he does. The freedom, for instance, to extend visitations. I, for one, think it is a wonderful idea. Rod shrugs. I'm still thinking about it. He looks skeptically at Lance. You're interested in foreign policy? Who would be teaching you? Not my sister, surely? You know I don't have that kind of expertise, Rod. Lance smiles. You should not underplay your talents, Princess Emmeline. Your Angel history lessons are always enlightening. Oh, thank you. If Rod were a witch, I have no doubt he'd set Lance on fire with just his scowl. Before the situation can become any more heated, Chevalier clears its throat. If Princess Emmeline is not up to the task, then I humbly volunteer to educate the prince about Angel politics. He winks at me. The princess can vouch for me. I'm an excellent teacher, aren't I? Oh my god, no! Okay, this is pretty obvious, and this is related to the last game. So, when Chevalier gave us flirting lessons, it was horrible. We make a fool out of ourselves. So that is pretty sure the wrong one. While when Chevalier taught us about anatomy, because he was like, oh, where do you think you could kill a person first? Like, how do you think the person can be like immediately? He explained really well and really direct and really easy to understand. So that is probably, I'm 100% sure that's the correct one because of past game and how things developed. So I'm pretty sure about this one. You tried to teach me how to flirt because you were convinced it would help me be good. Chevalier looks horrified. Princess, I just lost my memory. What kind of excuse is that? As if anyone would need lessons in that. Emily leans toward me. Were they at least helpful lessons? Oh my god, I'm interested. Oh my god. Oh my god. No. Princess. Father chuckles. I can't speak for his other lessons, but Chevalier and I have had very insightful conversations about politics. It's true, in the very least, Father seems to enjoy discussing politics with Chevalier over breakfast. He has said before that he believes Chevalier provides a unique, more personal perspective of such issues, having been directly impacted by them before. It would be an honor to learn from a man of well-learned as you, sir, Chevalier. And it would be my honor to assist you, Your Highness. I scrape absently at my plate with my fork as the conversation continues. I expect to leave the dining hall with Chevalier once the meal is cleared, but I'm surprised when Claude requests his company. I want to talk to you about Lance's so-called instruction. Oh, how brotherly of you. Chevalier leans over to plant a kiss on my cheek. I'll be back in a bit. My sweet princess, wait for me. I nod. This will be good for him. Maybe Claude can give him some advice on how to interact with the nobles. I shall look forward to seeing your beautiful smile again, sweet Viviana. They are planning the wedding proposal, aren't they? Because this feels like all of them are going to end with the wedding proposal. But they are planning the wedding proposal, right? He and Claude depart, followed shortly by Emmeline and Lance. Rod remains looking moodily at his plates while Ophelia discusses the exchange program with him. With no reason to stay, I curtsy and excuse myself from the hall. Time passes slowly without Sir Chevalier there. In the silence, I find myself remembering the conversation I had with Ophelia. She said the best way to help Chevalier was to support him without standing up for him. I immediately think of the scarf. Tonight might be a good time to give it to him, just to show him that I'm always thinking of him. I cannot help my sudden nerves. He wore a bright scarf every day. What if he does not think mine is worth that? I startled so badly at the knock I almost fell off my bed. Permission to come in, my lovely princess? I take a deep breath as I fold the scarf on my lap. Come in. The door opens and Chevalier slides inside with a bright smile. Finally, I've returned, and I just in time. 1 more hour away from you, and I would have certainly withered away, but... He pauses. Princess? You're stiff as a board. Are you okay? I realize how tense I am, and try to force myself to relax. I am fine. How was your talk with Claude? It was good, a lot of catching up. He narrows his eyes. Are you sure you're alright? With his eyes strained so completely on my face, he does not even notice the scarf. As he leans into the brush to brush a strand of hair off my forehead, I seize my chins. I lean up to wrap the scarf around his neck. Isn't it pretty though? It isn't that pretty. I just say it's true. Chevalier freezes. I become aware of the way we're standing. Me with my hands on his chest. He with his fingers wrapped around my wrists. What is this? He reaches up to touch the scarf around his neck. Viviana, is this? You said you needed a new scarf, so I bought one for you. Viviana, you went back to the stall for me? It is the least I can do. Least? This is the most incredible gift I could ever receive, Viviana. He shakes his head. I will treasure it for the rest of my days. He pulls me closer and tips my chin up. I'll never take this off. Hi Dart, how are you? Thank you for the lurk. Wait, what? First I thought that I would read wrong. Then I read again and like, what? That would be foolish. You should take it off. It is silly, and yet the proclamation brings me so much joy I act without thinking, rising up on the tip of my toes to give Chevalier a kiss. He cups my face and kisses me back, a deep kiss that makes me feel both buoyant and grounded, that makes electricity shoot through my veins down to the soles of my feet. It is a kiss that leaves me breathless. When I pull away, Chevalier has such a soft smile on his face that I can't help but kiss him again. Once, twice, 3 times on his lips. What did I do to deserve you, princess? You offered me just the right amount of lily-shaped chocolates, apparently. Chevalier laughs. I hope you prepared for me to shower you with baked goods for the rest of your life, then. The minute he says the words, he freezes, simply looking sheepish. The rest of our life? He said, a bold promise, one that makes my heart soar. But Chevalier looks nervous, as if he worried or is overstepped his boundaries. That is, if you'll have me. Thank you, Chef. Chevalier is flattered, but that's just who he is. He has never failed to make me feel special, for just being myself. No, Diana, thank you. He sets his hand on his scarf. For everything. With this new scarf, I am undefeatable. More so even, because I've come up with a plan to get on everyone's good side. Nothing important. Side here at the palace. A plan? Philip plops himself down on my bed. We'll see. I don't want to spoil anything just yet. I settle myself beside him, close enough I can tuck myself into his side. He wraps an arm around my shoulders and smiles. Whatever it is, I'm sure it will work. If there's anyone who can befriend a stubborn noble, it's you. Such praise, coming from the most lovable princess in all of Angel. You really will say anything to get on my good side, won't you? I shove him playfully on the shoulder. It is nothing but a light touch. Chevalier still topples onto the bed. He grins as I lean over him. Hi, Boishu. How are you? Boishu, I couldn't even handle Shoko's stream open in the background while I was just starting stream. They really want me to play Hell's Diver on stream. Also, hi. Never, I only ever speak the truth. Is that so? When I attempt to kiss him on the cheek, he turns his face and my lips find his mouth instead. Positive. He smiles his coy, almost challenging. I don't bother retorting with words said, responding with another kiss. So many kisses that I soon lose count. Nothing matters but the softness of Chevalier's lips and the warmth of his embrace. This is how this chapter ends, really? I think in the end, I may be the one to fall asleep first, tucked into Chevalier's side, my face pressed to his neck, feel myself drifting. The scarf is wrapped around both of us, soft and cozier than any blanket. For the first time in a long while, I fell asleep content. Chapter 5 The Merrymaker. Okay, time to save. Time to go home. So pretty. And now we close. And now I go here. And now I found someone to raise. So, things are loading. How is everyone today? How was everyone today? From I only see Sue one. I read it Sue this week. Oh my god, things are. They're moving themselves. Oh, Butterbean is on. I don't read Butterbean in a while. I don't think I ever read Butterbean. I think I thought of reading them, but couldn't. Oh, but they are going to be going for 3 hours. Maybe, but I think that's why I never read them. Don't I know this person? Isn't this... Did this person change the name? I think so. I think it went from cinnamon to fluffy cinnamon. No, but it's a bunny. I don't know. Isn't this Mary's friend? And Mary's there. I know what to write. So the red match will be Harriet. So here's the red master for Whisop. Please and sub can use this read message. And we are reading D that I saw on Mary's and Aster's, and Mary's there. So yeah, let's just go. Yeah, thank you so much everyone for joining me today. Oh. No, she doesn't let me read. Oh. Or they. You're reading Dylan. You're reading Dylan then. Yeah. Thank you so much everyone joining me today. I really appreciate it. Please, please, please. Choco is doing a 2-year celebration this week. She's streaming the whole week. I'll be on her channel maybe. Like, I'm always on the channel, on chat. But maybe if she does anything with friends, I'll be there anyway. I'm on chat. So go see Choco. She's streaming still tomorrow and on Sunday. I'll not be streaming more this week. If anyone is interested, Choco, go check her channel. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll be back next week. Bye bye.